Hello guys, Glenn Anderson here, the Natural Strongman. So another video for the fans. Yeah, today was lower body day, actual deadlifts. In my comp in November coming up, I've got 280 kilo actual deadlift for reps. So I'm really focusing on doing actual deadlifts at the moment. So today I did some sandbag throws first. I don't think I filmed that though. Then I did actual bar deadlifts from a 12-inch height, 7 sets of 5. Then banded deadlift 6 sets of 2, again using the axle bar. Because I've got in competition, I'm really trying to get used to the axle bar at the moment. I haven't really done axle bar deadlifts that much in the past, and then when I have done them, I've mainly used bare hands. I've never really done them with straps. So just trying to use the axle as much as I can, really, just try and really get used to it. Then after that, did some snatch grip Romanian deadlifts, some pull downs, some rows, and then some abs. So anyway, I'm going to let the footage roll, and we'll go through what I did, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and lay out every specific and all that, and how it's going to hopefully help me come competition time in November. Okay, so it turns out I actually had filmed the sandbag. So I'm just doing some swings here with the sandbag. In the competition, it's a bag toss over a 4-metre bar. So with this here, I'm just doing the swings, and all I'm trying to do here basically is just come off my feet. I noticed that when I was doing the swings, I was doing them flat-footed, and that's not the best way to do it. So I'm really trying to ingrain that habit of coming onto my toes and trying to come off the heels and trying to really get some good swing and force into that bag. This is not an event I'm very good at. I had it once in a comp, and out of 5, it was kettlebells at the time. It was about 4 years ago. I'll actually probably post that competition at some point, so you can see how badly I did. Out of 5 kettlebells, I only managed to complete one of them. I'd never practiced that before, and I was absolutely useless at it. I found it really hard going. Hopefully, I can do better this time. So moving on now, axle deadlift. In the competition, it's axle deadlift, 280 kilos for reps. So I'm on week 1 now of my peak for the competition, and basically what I'm doing here is an Andy Bolton style deadlift peak, but I'm using an axle bar. So I'm basically doing it from a 12-inch height. As you can see, I've got the weight on the blocks, and I'm doing it so that the bar is raised off a little higher. And here now you can see me using my straps. I already had figure 8 straps for my barbell, but they didn't go round the axle, so I actually had to invest and get some figure 8 straps that would be longer and would be able to go around an axle bar. These ones are okay, they're slightly too big for the axle, so what I did there is I had to pull the straps across a little bit so that it fitted a bit better. When I did that first set, I wasn't really happy with it, because I hadn't put the strap on properly, so it did feel a bit loose, but by the time I did the second set, I realised my mistake, so I pulled the strap across so that it was tighter on my hand and I could deadlift away without having to worry about the strap coming too loose. Notice there, look, see, I'm on the left hand now, I'm pulling, making sure that I'm pulling the strap across. It pulls into my hand a bit, but I'd rather have it do that than have it be too loose. So here the program called for 7 sets of 7. Sorry, 7 sets of 5 reps with 70%. So on 280, that's 200. It's actually 196. So I just rounded off to 200. I could have done 197.5, but I couldn't be bothered. It's easy to just set up 200 on the bar, so that's what I did. So 7 sets of 5. This is quite a tough workout actually. The weight isn't particularly heavy for me, but like I say, 7 sets of 5, it's a lot of volume. I believe I was only having about 3.5 minutes rest in between each one of these. So I was trying to get through it as quick as I can and trying to have the least amount of rest possible. Next week I believe the weight will be slightly higher. I think 210 I'll be using next week, and instead of 7 sets of 5 it will be 5 sets of 5. So did that, and then moving on next to banded deadlifts. So the program calls for 6 sets of 2 at 50%. So 50% of 280 is 140. So I've got 140 here. I've got to admit, these moved ridiculously easy. it really felt like I was lifting an empty bar. Now I've set the band up here. You can't see it, but the band is pulled about 7.5 feet away. So 6 sets. So this is a 6 set, but I've done it like that so that the band tries to pull me away because my lockout is not great. I've got a weak lockout. So the raised deadlift, the banded deadlifts, even doing the snatch grip Romanian deadlifts, all of this is to try and really work on my lockout. With these snatch grip Romanian deadlifts, I'm trying to make a conscious effort to squeeze my glutes so that hopefully it will strengthen my lockout, because that is where I'm weak on the deadlift. I'm strong off the floor but weak at lockout. So I'm really trying to incorporate exercises that really try and train more the lockout portion of the deadlift. So here I'm just trying to drill that in there and just trying to do that second part, the lockout portion of the deadlift. With the banded deadlifts, I kept it an axle and all. I'm really trying to get as much practice in as I can with the axle deadlift, because that's what's in the comp. And I have, as I said before, I haven't really done axle too many times. So over the next 8 weeks in the run up to the comp, I really want to drill that in. So after that, I did some lat pull downs behind the neck. And the purpose of these really is to just try and get some more flexibility and range of motion. I'm trying to go down to the bottom of my neck. Some guys can't actually do this. Some guys can only really reach the top of their head. But apparently these really are supposed to improve flexibility. And these are a good addition to have to complement your training. I haven't done this variety too many times, but I've started doing these lately, and these are definitely worth doing. So I did 3 sets here, didn't film the second set. 3 sets of 12, started with easy weight, 47. The second set I believe was 61, and then finished up with 68. I've got to admit this was a little bit harder than it should have been really. I think I'm going to have to start putting chalk on. Because my grip was starting to go a little bit towards the end here, but at the end of the day I got it done. I did what I need to do. So with assistance on deadlift, I like to do horizontal pulls and vertical pulls. So I'm now doing wide grip rows here, using that attachment there. It doesn't really matter too much what attachment you use so long as it's nice and wide. So wide grip cable row here, really just trying to build that back. Again, 3 sets of 12. Since it's my first week, I didn't really want to go too mad on the weight, so I've only gone up to 54 kilos. So I'm only using about half the stack. This was actually quite easy and comfortable for me, and I'm really trying to row it into the sternum there between the abdomen and the chest. So yeah, this was quite easy for me. Like I'm trying to, like I say, first week, so I'm not going mad at the weight, just trying to keep it low. So yeah, with the exception of the pull downs behind the neck, everything was quite easy today, to be honest. The axle deadlift at 200 kilos, like I say, the weight weren't really a problem, but like I say, doing 7 sets, a lot of volume, but I got through it. It was okay. It's kind of funny actually, because it actually felt kind of easier as I got on. Actually, the first couple of sets weren't too pleasant, but once I got into it, actually it was alright. I've done quite a lot of high volume this year, so I have actually acclimated to it quite well. Actually, I never used to do a lot of high volume. I was always a low volume type of person. I would always do like 1 top set, maybe 1 back off, and then that'd be it. Okay, so this is the last one. Now just doing some weighted planks for abs. Again, 3 sets of this for 30 seconds each. Okay, so that concludes the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and next training session should be Friday.